Konnect Internet is hosting a 3-day teaching and learning workshop, the event that has attracted 25 enthusiastic educators from within our communities. It promises a deep dive into the expansive world of Montessori philosophy, a journey that extends far beyond the confines of the classroom. And as our reporter Veronica Kegomo tells us, the event's agenda is ambitious, aiming to explore the profound impact of the Montessori on parenting, social structures, community engagement, and the intricate web of factors surrounding individual and collective interactions.
Guided by the knowledge Tatiana Mushir, an instructional maestro from Zimbabwe, who got an opportunity to work with children for 7 years in China before moving to Boulder, Colorado, USA in 2015, the first day of Montessori event unfolded like the first chapter of an inspiring novel.
Hello, my name is Tatiana Blessing Mushir, and I'm from Zimbabwe, and I currently live in the United States, where I teach Montessori education. And I did discover Montessori education when I was in Beijing in 2008. And the reason was really it felt familiar to me, this idea that learning has to be centered around the children, and that as adults, as teachers, we are only tasked to sustain their love of learning and to guide that learning is what really got me into Montessori education. The strong belief that we really need to nurture every child, and every child can succeed because they all love learning. So Montessori is a principle that is really focused on the child and how we prepare the environment where then they can thrive. That's why I'm really passionate about this work. The idea that when we give them something to manipulate, they're able to develop their critical thinking, they're able to explore and harness their senses, which then enables them to learn in creating that foundation that they need for them to learn.
The Montessori philosophy isn't confined to the four walls of a classroom. It's a guiding star that illuminates the path of parenting.
This elevation, right, when you're on a plane, you're like really 33,000 feet above the sea level. We are not going to be doing this today. We don't want to think of education at that level. Let's leave this to politicians, right? Yeah, let them do policy. I think I was talking to Konnect about, when you worked in UNESCO, you were pretty much at this level. Like, how do you think about big systems? We are not going to do that today, right? We might a little bit when we discuss things. Then we have this when you go and climb Mount Kenya, right? There's another elevation, 14,000. The view is so beautiful, right? We are not going to do that as well. We're going to leave that to head of schools, to our community mayor, whatever, those people who are working in Kibera, in Zimmerman, in, I don't know, the locations here. Today, we are going to be this kid. That's how we're going to do education today. We are going to literally be crawling, right, to think about education right now, right here in front of us. What is in front of our kids, right? Who is with them? What materials are around them that is sort of helping them to learn? So we're going to take this 4-feet approach to learning today.
Participants explored how embracing the Montessori approach at home can foster an environment where a child's natural curiosity and love for learning can flourish.
The principles of Montessori really is follow the child, which essentially means that we need to observe, we need to understand who the child is as a learner. When we understand, then we know how then we can then guide that learning for them to learn and thrive. And another principle is a prepared environment, which simply means that whatever we bring in the environment, like toys or anything that they have to manipulate with, have to be carefully picked and considered so that it's serving a purpose either to refine their skills or to introduce them to a concept.
Educators also delved into the heart of Montessori, discovering it's not just an educational methodology, but as a profound philosophy that envisions children as inherently good, motivated learners destined to make meaningful contribution to their communities.
Let's think about how children learn best. If you were to write maybe 1 word or 2 words about how children learn best. So just write all your words and we're going to post them on the back.
Day 1 was just the beginning of 3 days Montessori exploration workshop.
I've really learned a lot. It's even beyond my expectation because our facilitator was so much engaging He has enlightened us on what Montessori is, and still more is coming in the coming days.
In fact, I've taken away so many things. The most important one being that the learner has to touch and feel everything for them to understand well. In this way, they will grasp and take home the knowledge.
What I've learned today is we should be focused in what we want so that we get what we need. Through this platform, we have learned how we are going to better learning of our pupils and students in various schools.
I've learned a lot. I've learned things that I didn't know before. We were used to theory where we only give children what we have so that they can cram and then answer the questions. But I've learned that teaching is practical. You teach children learn through observation. So I've learned that you need to show them what to do, and then you give them time also to do. The practical part of it is very important, and learning should be made interesting to the children so that they can absorb more of what they are being taught.
As we eagerly anticipate what the next chapter holds, one thing is certain: the journey goes far beyond textbooks and lessons plans.
I believe education is a life changer, and I am the beneficiary of education. I come from a very small town, and education changed my life. I'm the only one, or I would say the first one in my small town working outside in an international organization.
Reporting for Konnect News, I am Veronica Kigomo.